You feel it right now, don't you? That heat, that tiny electrical crackle under your ribs when something doesn't go your way. The notification that hits wrong. The traffic light that lingers too long. The text that shows 3 dots and then nothing. Isn't that adorable? 3 little dots can ruin your entire evening. That's power. Except it's not yours. See, anger shows up fast, faster than thought, faster than logic, faster than pride can pretend it's calm. It arrives like a bodyguard you never hired. Chest tightens, jaw locks, vision narrows, and for a moment, you feel strong, alive, justified. Like finally, you're not the one getting pushed around. You slam the steering wheel. You rehearse the argument in your head. You type messages you swear you won't send. And in those seconds, you feel big, huge, like the world just felt your presence. But here's the part that stings. The traffic didn't feel you. The ex didn't feel you. The boss didn't feel you. Only you did. And you paid. Cortisol spikes. Sleep evaporates. Your body holds the echo long after the moment passes. Anger doesn't hurt the world. It rents space in you. And you keep signing the lease. Why? Because it feels like power. But it isn't power. It's a leash. And every time you react without thinking, something or someone yanks it. Boss disrespects you in front of others. Snap, you fire back. Now you're difficult. Now the narrative shifts, not to what he did, but how you reacted. Leash pulled. She says something sharp. You respond sharper. Now you're unstable. Leash pulled. A stranger cuts you off in traffic. You chase him. Risk your life over ego. Leash pulled. You think anger makes you dominant. It makes you predictable. And predictable men are easy to control. You want to know who's dangerous? The man who doesn't react. The man who hears the insult and blinks. The man who feels the spike and smiles slightly. Not because he's numb, but because he sees the leash. He sees the trap. Anger is ancient. It was built for survival. Saber-toothed tiger, territory invasion, immediate threat. Back then, anger meant action. Now, the tiger is an email, and you're still swinging a spear. That mismatch is killing you slowly. And here's the cruel part. You think exploding is strength. You think suppressing is weakness. Both are wrong. Exploding is surrender. Suppressing is storage. Stored anger compounds. Interest accrues. One day it detonates at the wrong target. The child, the partner, yourself. So what's the move? Not suppression, not eruption. Observation. When the heat rises, catch it. Not after, during, mid-surge. Say it internally. There you are. Not, why am I like this? Not, this shouldn't happen. Just recognition. Because once you see it, you separate from it. You are not the anger. You are the one noticing it. That split? That's freedom. Tiny at first, fragile, but real. Then ask one question. What action increases my leverage? Not satisfaction, not ego, leverage. Boss disrespects you. You could yell, or you could document, build quiet evidence, plan your exit. or plan your rise? Which one builds position? She cuts deep. You could retaliate, or you could walk away. Lift, build, return calmer. Which one preserves dignity? Anger demands immediate discharge. Power waits. That's the difference. You think the loudest man in the room is dominant? No, he's broadcasting insecurity. The calm one? He's calculating. The calm one is terrifying because he cannot be baited. And when you cannot be baited, you cannot be led. Most men live on emotional strings. Pull one, they jump. Pull another, they rage. Pull another, they crumble. You call that authenticity. It's conditioning. You've been trained to react, trained to defend ego instantly, trained to equate silence with weakness. Silence is not weakness. Silence is compression, and compression explodes only when chosen. Imagine this. Someone insults you, and instead of snapping, you pause. You let the discomfort sit. You make eye contact. You say calmly, "Interesting," and nothing else. Now the room tilts. Now they feel exposed. Because anger would have been easy. Calm is unsettling. Here's something darker. Some people provoke you on purpose. They test your leash. They want to see how hard they can pull. If you snap quickly, they know your handle. They own the switch. If you don't, they get nervous. Because now they don't know where your edge is. And unpredictability is real power. Let's go deeper. Why does anger feel good? Because it masks vulnerability. Under anger is usually fear. Fear of being ignored. Fear of being small. Fear of not mattering. Anger is armor. Loud armor. But armor is heavy. And you're tired. You're tired because you carry it everywhere. What if you didn't need it? What if you didn't defend every ego scratch? What if you chose your battles with surgical indifference? That's mastery. Not eliminating anger, commanding it. Anger is fuel, raw, volatile fuel. Unrefined, it burns your house down. Refined, it powers the engine, the gym, the business, the discipline. But it must be redirected, transmuted. That's the word. Take the heat, channel it into motion, lift heavier, study longer, build something quietly. Let the world see results, not tantrums. You think revenge is yelling? No. Revenge is evolution. And evolution is silent. You don't post it. You become it. And one day, the same people who triggered you sense the shift. They don't know what changed, but they feel it because the leash is gone. Now let's get honest. You like anger. It gives you identity. You tell yourself you're passionate, strong-willed, intense. Maybe. Or maybe you're just easily manipulated. That one stings. Good. Let it. Because the truth is this. If someone can control your emotional state with a sentence, they control you. Fully. And you call that being real. Real is choosing. Reactive is automatic. Which one are you? The man who masters anger doesn't look dramatic. He doesn't storm. He doesn't shout. He absorbs, processes, moves with intention. And when he does speak, it lands because it's rare. Precision beats volume, always. So next time the heat rises, and it will, sooner than you think, pause, breathe, observe, and instead of asking, how do I release this? Ask, how do I weaponize this? Into growth, into silence, into leverage. Because anger isn't power, it's the leash, and every reaction tightens it, unless you cut it, slowly, deliberately, over and over again, until one day, someone tries to pull, and nothing moves. That's the moment. Not when you explode, not when you suppress, when you remain still while they strain. And you decide, not the anger, not the trigger, you. So feel that pulse in your hands right now, that hum in your chest, that urge to flex. That's the leash, still in your grip, for now. You can keep yanking yourself around, or you can finally let go. Tick, tock. The next trigger is already loaded. When it fires, who pulls who?